All right, so a lot of people watched my last Amazing Spider-Man video, issue 27 of Spencer's run, and I would say that's probably because it made the news on a couple of websites and it became a big topic. But I said, let's not jump to conclusions just yet, because I got to tell you, I had a hard time telling if the Syndicate 6, which was pretty much an all-female Sinister Six, and they said a lot of dumb things, like we're taking down toxic men and all this stuff. And I said, well, let's wait and see, because I got to tell you, I can't tell if he was trying to be funny or if he was being serious. Now, to me, when I was looking at it, I'm thinking this reads like it's a parody of, crazy, super, super woke women. That's what it seemed like to me. But at the same time, after reading Marvel Comics for like 2-3 years hardcore now, because I've been buying more comics than I did before I started the channels, because I can afford more hobby stuff now. I mean, this is pretty much what the channels do, is they supplement my hobbies and stuff like that. So like, I'm able to buy more comics and stuff like that. And I think to myself, would current day Marvel allow a joke parody like that? Like, it seems like that's something that they would not do, but at the same time, it didn't seem like he's serious. So I had a hard time saying, because I go to this and they're not spouting off any nonsense. In fact, they come off as kind of dumb several times. So I don't know what to think yet. All I'm going to say, as far as is this book gonna go woke, I guess I'm back to waiting and seeing, because he's thrown hints here and there in this book, but it's tough to say. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt at this time and say that I think it was a big joke. But this is Nick Spencer we're talking about here. I'm still cautious. I'm still very cautious about it. We'll see what happens. But they all end up going, well, they go to jail and then they get busted out. They end up working with Boomerang for a minute, because Boomerang has a map. He already stole something that Fisk has. Fisk has, this is the note. So it's a map to whatever Fisk has. Fisk has something, or Boomerang has something that Fisk really wants back. And Boomerang stole it. And now Fisk is like trying everything he can to get it back from him. And whatever it was, he reveals to the Syndicate 6, and they let him go, because it's that big. I don't know what it is yet. He hasn't even given us any clues. There's like 2 ongoing storylines in this book. One, he's been weaving that thing with the crazy demon dude, and this big reveal to whatever Boomerang has of Wilson Fisk. That's pretty much the 2 big ongoing threads. And then there's going to be something with Mary Jane. I think Mary Jane might be leaving for a while because they're giving her own spin-off comic, which is stupid. But this ends the arc that was going on. There was the arc with the Syndicate 6 and all that. They're gone now. Robbie was dating the female Beetle for a minute. That's over. That pretty much ends this run. Now, this has definitely been the weakest run. This has been the weakest run in Nick Spencer's total run so far. We're at like issue 28 now. This has been like 4 issues, coming off of the big event that just happened, which was the whole, stuck in New York City dome thing. That was pretty good. This has been soft. I don't know where he goes from here. Anywhere is better than here. Anywhere is better than here. This has been pretty terrible. Part 3, so it's only been 3 issues. This has not been his best writing. This has been terrible. So we'll see what happens. These have not been good issues. I'm thinking things will get better from here. Hopefully. I want to be optimistic, because I have been really enjoying his run so far. This has been probably the best Amazing Spider-Man consistently in a long time. Because if you guys remember the Slott Dark Decade, you know exactly what I'm talking about and how inconsistent and terrible Slott could be at times. super inflated his ego, too, by the way, made him have a humongous ego, thinking he was the greatest, awesomest comic book writer in the world, even though Spider-Man always sells. From what I hear from other people, your boy Zach talks about it quite often, is that a lot of people will just collect Amazing Spider-Man and don't even read it. They don't even read it. So he thinks he's the greatest writer, old Dan Slotto, Blockdos Sloctavius. But it turns out, you know, when you take that veil away, when you cut off that Spider-Man, his Fantastic Four comic and his Iron Man comic especially aren't doing too hot. They don't sell. So anyway, you can skip these issues if you haven't been collecting them. If you're a trade paperback person, you can skip these. These weren't that good. We'll see what the next run has, but still better than Dan Slott. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, all that good stuff. I'll see you guys on the next one.